feels a lot better. Thank you for asking. So it's just my regular level of sexiness rather than a sexiness that's raspy and hurts. So I have been thinking about ways to make sure that I'm using all of my eyeshadow palettes. Now, I actually do keep an Excel spreadsheet, shut up, about what I use and like how many times, the brand, all of that good stuff. I also put like little notes like, you know, is great for a neutral look or is a good complementary palette, all this jazz. So it's an extensive spreadsheet sort of thing I have going on. But I wanted to see if there's a different way of organizing my thoughts. And so I've seen many people do things like in their project pans, like trying to use something up completely or trying to hit pan on something, or having a number that they want to use for like how many uses they get out of an eyeshadow palette or a shade or whatever. So I'm still trying to formulate how I want this to go. But I did decide on the palette. The palette that I'm choosing is my Nabla Side by Side Nude palette. Now, I really like this palette. Initially, I didn't get it because I was worried that it wouldn't show up on my skin tone. But then I saw someone, Kai Mason, who doesn't really do YouTube anymore. She's lighter than me, but I saw it work on her and I was like, oh my God, that palette looks so good. So I decided to pick it up. And you can see I have hit pan on several shades. So it is a palette that I enjoy using. Now, another reason that I picked this is because I know it's one that I like to use and I wanted to start this whole project or whatever with a palette that I know that I'll get use out of. It's one that I look forward to using, and this is also, this whole thing is going to help me decide if there are still any palettes that I have that I don't enjoy using. I've managed to declutter like a lot of palettes, and mainly I've done it by focusing on the palette for a week or so and then deciding, do I really even like this? And if I don't, it's got to go. So I'm trying to figure out the idea I have. I think one idea I have is to use this palette a certain number of times. I was thinking 10 times. Or another idea is to use each shade at least once or twice. I don't even know. So like, let me know what you think. Should it just be use it a certain number of times, or should it be like use each shade a certain number of times? Let me know what you think, because I really don't know. But what I'll do today is I'm just going to do a look. I'll make sure to note like what shades I use and everything like that. Yeah, I haven't fleshed out like the idea completely, so I need some assistance, and that is where you come in. So help me figure out what I want to do. Or like, should I choose a different palette? Like, I do have like tons of Pat McGrath. I do have quite a few Melt Cosmetics. Yeah, so please provide your opinion, your guidance, your assistance, your help, and let me know what you think. In the meantime, I am just going to go ahead and do a quick look with this. I'm not going anywhere today. I think actually I'm just going to freshen up my hair and just sort of chill. But I wanted to do a look before, basically before I just like lay down and don't do anything. So here we go. I'm going to start with my eyes first, and I think what I will do is use my NYX Glitter Primer. And I'm going to use this because I'll use some of the shimmers in the palette, and I want to make sure to provide them with a sticky base, and I find that things go on very well on top of this NYX Primer. Okay, so we've got that on, and then let's see. Things are rolling around. I think that I will use You know what, I'm going to switch it up. There are definitely some shimmers that I tend to go toward. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. And, ooh, shoot. I'm deciding between this one here, which is Paradiso, and this one here, which is Love Ritual. I think I'll go with Love Ritual. Let's do like a cooler tone look. So I'm taking this Sonia G soft shader brush, going into Love Ritual. You can see it on the brush there, tapping a bit of it off. And I'm going to start by just like patting it on. So that already, I think that already looks good. I'm gonna go in and do the same on the other eye. All right. So I'm gonna grab a fluffy brush. I used this brush because it's like a flatter type of brush where I can just pack shimmers on. So I do like to use a brush like that if I'm not using like my finger or something. It's more like a paddle style or flat tip brush. And now I want a fluffy brush. So I am going to take this Refer number 16. You can see that it has a fluffy brush head. And I'm going to go into the shade Cubism, which is this gray right next to that shimmer. Tap into that. You can see it there. And so I'm just blending that out at the outer edge and also bringing it a bit in. Rose. She at the door meowing. Can I have a moment? I just need a couple minutes. Ma'am, I know you are not messing with that door. What are you doing? What are you doing? You happy now? Y'all, somebody needs to get this cat a job or something. Like, you need something to do. I can't have 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes. Ma'am. Listen, excuse you. Now that I have that on, I'm going to go into Untitled, which is the black shade here. And I'm going to use the same brush. Dip into that black. And I'm going to place it at the outer edge of the V. To give it a smoky look. And no fallout. Okay, so let me do my base makeup and I will just kind of rush through that and then finish up the eyes. So. Okay, so now that we have the face done, I'm going to pop back into the palette and let's see. I'm going to grab another Rephr number 16. I have quite a few of these. And I'm going to go into this shade here, which is called Rarity. So apparently I'm using the entire bottom row. And I'm going to use that to highlight a bit under my brow and to help me blend out some of the harshness of the deeper shade that I used. Okay, and I'm going to take this BK Beauty 208 brush. You can see it's like a small angled brush, and I'm going back into that black Untitled. Now I'm going to go in with some mascara. This is the Lorac Holy Lash. Now, I'm kind of feeling like putting on some lashes. I haven't put them on or put lashes on in a while. I'm feeling inspired by my new friend, Jan. I will link her channel in my description box. She is hilarious. I feel like we have the same sense of humor, and we were both like joking that we each kind of think we're funny, so maybe that's why we think the other one's funny. Which, you know, true. But she's hilarious. She tells stories about like her day and her cat's name is Cat. I love it. Okay, so I think I'm just going to go into some of my Kiss lashes. This is in the shade, or I'm sorry, the style Ruffle. So this is a pair that I have already used, just making sure I cleaned it off. So I do keep the little thing that it comes in, and when I use a lash, I will clean it off and then put it back into that little container so that it can keep its shape, and then I can use it another couple of times. So if you really keep up with like maintaining the lash and everything, you should be able to use them a couple times. For the Kiss ones and Ardell, I don't mind using them just like once or so, just because you can get them at pretty good prices. But you know, I do have some lashes that are more expensive, and I want to make sure to get complete use out of them. Now, the lash glue that I am using is from House of Lashes. I enjoy this glue so much. I like it better than the Duo lash glue that kind of like everybody uses. I really, really like the House of Lashes one. They come in black and clear, and I just feel like this glue just does such a good job of adhering to the lash. It's not all like clumpy and gross. Yeah, doesn't irritate my eyes. Okay, once I get the lashes on like 12 hours later, I like to go in with an eyeliner and sort of fill in any gap areas, at least to like make it sort of like cheat to make sure that it looks like the lash is on properly, because it's not always. And I'm going to go in with this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Ginger Snap, an oldie but a goodie, just for a little glossy lip. So here is the look with the Nabla Side by Side palette. I pretty much used this entire bottom row. I used each of these shades, didn't go into any of the rest of the palette. So let me know what you think I should do in terms of trying to focus on one palette. Should it just be 10 times, which would mean like 10 looks, I guess, or should it be using each shade at least once? Or I don't know, throw out your ideas and like if somebody else has an idea that you support, you know, the 20 of us that are here. So let me know what you think. Also, make sure to check out my new friend Jan. Her channel is Jan Van. I'll be sure to link it below. She's hilarious. Her eye looks are so good. Like, she did a look with the Nomad Hudson Valley, I think is the name of the palette, and I was like, I have to have that palette. Like, that look that she did was stunning. So definitely check her out, and I will probably see you later on in the week, and we're gonna start getting ready for me to go see my family. You guys, I haven't seen my family since Christmas 2019. That's December 2019. I have not seen them in person since then. Oh my gosh, like, so much has happened. My niece graduated college, like she's a working person now, and my brother got a new place, and my mom retired. Like, what? This panini has just really kind of gotten in the way of life things, but I am like, I'm getting super duper excited. And of course, my sisters are already like, can you do my makeup and my hair? I'm like, how much y'all paying me? Anyways, I think that's it. I hope some of this was helpful. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.